Alright guys, happy Wednesday. Today we're going to start with a new form of measurement, which we are going to start measuring mass. And mass is, let me pull it right here, is the amount of matter in an object. So it's not necessarily the weight, but rather the amount of matter in an object. And there are two forms of two units that we use to measure mass, and that is gram and kilogram. So here's the first picture here, and what we see here is that a small paper clip is about the weight of has the mass of 1 gram. Okay, I don't want you to get comfortable saying weight because it's not the weight, it's the mass. So 1 gram is equal to about 1 paper clip. Now a box of paper clips, which would have about 1,000 in them, would be equal to 1 kilogram. See the pattern going on here with volume. We measured in liters, milliliters and liters, where we said 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Well, today we're moving on to measuring mass, and it's almost the same thing, where gram is the smaller measurement, so we would use it for smaller objects. And just like milliliter and liter, gram and kilogram change 1 for every 1,000. So what that means is, in order to get 1 kilogram, I would need 1,000 grams. So knowing that, you should be able to figure out that smaller objects we're gonna weigh, or the mass of the smaller objects are gonna be used, we're going to use grams. The larger objects we're going to measure using kilograms. So let's continue to slide 2. More definitions here. Matter, again, is what all objects are made of. Everything has matter. The chair you're sitting on, the desk you may be working on right now, they all have matter. And in order to measure matter, we use mass. Mass is the amount of matter in each object. And again, we're going to be focusing today on grams and kilograms. So this is another visual, not paper clips, but rather a dollar bill. And a dollar bill is pretty, if you put it in your hand, does not feel like it has a lot of mass because it's about 1 gram. Now, in turn, a baseball bat, which can be heavier, especially the wood ones, is about 1 kilogram. So here, we need about how many dollar bills to equal that baseball bat? If you said 1,000, that would be correct, because for every 1 kilogram, we would need 1,000 grams. All right, so let me point this picture right here. This is our balancer. We have these in our classroom, and it tells us how the mass or the weight of objects, okay? If the balancer is completely equal on both sides, it means they weigh or have the same mass. Obviously, if one side is heavier, it would be closer to the ground or closer to the table, and that would mean that that item or object has more mass, or it has more weight. So now that we know that, looking at this picture, we see that there's 5 bananas on the right scale, and we have a weight of 1 kilogram on the left scale. And looking at the balancer, we can see that they're completely equal, because you see the pointer here in the middle is right in the middle. It's not leaning left or right. So what does that tell us about how much the bananas weigh? If you said the bananas weigh 1 kilogram, you are correct. If the bananas were lower to the table, or were pushed down more than the 1 kilogram on the left side, that would mean that the bananas weighed more than 1 kilogram, and vice versa. If the bananas were raised higher and the 1 kilogram was closer to the table, that means the bananas weighed less than 1 kilogram. So now that we know that grams are used to measure lighter or smaller amounts of mass, and that kilograms are used for bigger objects that we obviously have much more mass, let's look at these examples. Knowing this little strawberry, what would you use what unit of measurement would you use to measure? Would it be gram or kilogram? I'll give you 3, 2, 1. If you said gram, you are correct. Think of it, if you see the two words, the longer the word, it's for bigger objects, okay? The smaller word, gram, is for the smaller, tinier objects, if you have a hard time memorizing. Now, if the strawberry is measured by grams, what is this chunky little bulldog going to be measured with? 3, 2, 1. And that would be kilograms. All right, moving on. Now, these are the type of questions where once you've gotten comfortable understanding what grams and kilograms are, and again, video below is a great Khan Academy video showing you more examples, real world examples of comparing grams to kilograms, and it's a great video to watch to get more understanding. So here, Anna stores bags of sugar in a large container. The green box is the container, and it says use the exact weight to determine about how much mass one bag of sugar would have. So what this number here is showing us is 55 kilograms for the whole container, okay? Oops, 55 kilograms for the whole container. What they want to know is how many does each bag of sugar have? So if we know that the whole thing equals 55, then we know that we would have to divide them equally into 6 bags of sugar, because they want to know the exact weight. Let me just read it right. Of one bag of sugar. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so basically this is division, where we would divide the kilograms in equal, because they're the same sugar bag. So since there are 6 bags of sugar, we know 10 grams or multiples of 10 would equal 60. So this is less than 10, because if this were 10 kilograms, it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's way too much. So let's say 9. Let's see if our multiples are 9. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. So with a little extra, because we need 55, and that's why, how you know this is not a perfect multiplication is these words right here, about how much. So we are making an estimate. So roughly, each bag of sugar is about 9 kilograms, about 9. Not exactly 9, because we had that one left over. But if there's 9 pounds here, not pounds, I'm sorry. 9 kilograms here, 9 here, 9 here, 9, 9, 9, we would get 54 kilograms, a little short of 55, but we are again making an estimate. So there's about 9 kilograms for each one bag. Another balancing question here. What do you notice about this picture? If you notice that these are 3 different objects that do not look the same, you are correct. This one is one large cheese wedge. It looks like a cheese wedge that someone stole a slice of cheese. And that cheese wedge equals 405 grams. Okay, not kilograms, 405 grams. And on the other side are 2 cylinders of cheese. One is smaller at 60 grams and the other one is 345 grams. So what is this picture explaining? How does this balancer give us more information? And this is more just investigating the picture. Is the balancer balanced, or is one leaning more to the left or right? If you see that it is completely balanced, what does that tell us? Well, if you said it tells us that they're equal, that is correct. But how can we check our work to find out? One way to check your work is to add these 2 and see if they are indeed balanced and equal. These 2 numbers should equal 405. And listen, if I add this up, 45 plus 60 is 105 and we add it to the 300, it is 405. So they are equal. Okay? Is that the last slide? All right, last slide of the lesson. Make sure you check out the Khan Academy video. After that, go ahead and just do your independent practice problems. There's not a lot today. So I want to make sure each and one of you, that does not make sense. Each of you, sorry, Miss San Juan's English is getting a little rusty. Each of you do the independent practice, complete it, guys. There's about 2 to 3 of you every day that are skipping the independent practice. That is good practice so that you do better on the exit slip. Because even though this is a participation grade, we don't want you to get rusty come August. So we want you to get your feet wet, get the information, and at least absorb as much as you can these last few weeks. So make sure you complete all the work, okay? You guys have a good Wednesday, and I will see you